Dear students, welcome you all for the first session of the fourth chapter of second semester Human Resource Management, Mangalore University. So in this session, we are going to discuss detail about training. So my session will include introduction, then meaning of training, then definition of training, then need for training. So this is a learning objective for the entire chapter to understand the concept of training and its methods, and also to understand executive development and its techniques. So there are two important concepts to understand from this. One is training and also executive development. So outcome of the session is students will come to know the concept of training and its methods and also executive development and its techniques. So let me begin with the introduction. Usually, in an organization, whenever a new candidate joins an organization, he may not know anything about the organization. So, that time, one method to communicate information about the organization and also about the work is training. So, training means what? You train or you give some information about the work, you give some information about the organization, you give some information about the various technical trade specific skills that is required for an candidate or for an employee to work in that organization. So definitely that's why training is very important in an organization, so that every employee in an organization performs well. So that is the function, or that is the main objective of every organization. So whoever may be the employees, they need to perform well, they need to give higher productivity, so that will result in what? Better profits for the organization. So how to do that? So for that, human resource need to be given training, they need to be given good skills, or they need to be trained regarding doing some work, they need to be taught some skills, some expertise. So then only we can increase the productivity. So that's why training is very important tool to increase the performance of the employee and also to increase the productivity for the organization. So the candidates who are newly recruited may not know everything about the work and procedure related to the work. So that time they need to be communicated relating to the work. Otherwise it is waste of time for the new employee, because they do not know anything regarding or anything work regarding the organization. Then the technology has created new and easy ways of doing. So every time the organization will update the technology, that time all the employees require training regarding how to work with that technology. Then the talents that the company has and the knowledge of the employees need to be nurtured to fulfill higher needs, because organization will have so many talents. These talents need to be nurtured, they need to be given training so that they may acquire more and more talents, and that will help the organization. And also the knowledge, every employee will have a knowledge, but that is not the final, that knowledge has to be developed. So when the knowledge develops, then there will be more efficiency in doing the work. So that's why, so there is also need to develop the overall personality of the employees, because behavior relationship is very important in an organization. Because if there is a good morale, good relationship among the employees, then we can see that there is a higher productivity in the organization. So that's why training is very important to mainly to improve the performance and also to fulfill various other needs of the employees. Now let's see the meaning of training. So it is an organized activity for increasing the technical skills of the employees to enable them to particular job efficiently. So main purpose of training is to increase the knowledge, increase the skills, so that they can do the job efficiently. That is the main purpose of training, so that systematically information is communicated to the employee with regard to doing the work, and also they may be trained so that they can get the skills to do that work. So that is the meaning of training. Then there is another meaning, it is a systematic setup. So systematic setup means it is organized, here it is organized activity. So systematic means everything is systematic. So that is, who are the employees who need to be trained, who are the persons who are giving the training, what time, everything is, even the content of the training is also organized. So where the employees of an organization are instructed and taught matters of technical knowledge related to their jobs. How the students are taught in a class, same way employees are so taught in a class or taught in a training class, where how they can do the work. They are given the various instructions regarding various technical aspects of the organization. So that is the meaning of training? Now let's see a simple definition, a very good definition by human resource management expert Edwin B. Clifford. What he says? He says that training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skills of an employee for doing a particular job. So he's very, very clear. So why the purpose of training? What is the purpose of training? Is to increase the knowledge of the employees, increase the skill level, increase the talents, increase the various technical aspects of the employee, so that you are doing your what objective, or you are fulfilling your objective, that is you can do the work in a systematic and effective and very decent manner. So that is the meaning or definition of training. Now let's go to the need for training. Why we require training for an organization? Organizations require training for various purposes. Now let us understand what are the various purposes for which training is required. The first one is to enhance the knowledge. So this is a basic requirement. So how we will enhance the knowledge? It is, if somebody tells us only, if somebody instructs this is how we have to do the work, then we will increase our knowledge. Otherwise our knowledge will be in that same level itself. If somebody tells, no, this is the way, this is the better way of doing the work, then we will develop the knowledge. So that is the purpose of training, or that is why training is required, to enhance the knowledge of the employees. Then to know the organization deep. So there may be employees who may not know deep about the organization. They may know something regarding the organization but may not know deep about the organization. So training is also required to communicate everything about the organization, its functions, its various departments, its structure, then its authority level. All these things are need to be communicated to the employees. Then to improve the performance and productivity. So another ultimate purpose of training is to enhance the performance, so that it will result in higher productivity for the organizations. Higher productivity means higher profits, higher sales for the organization. The next one, to maintain good human relations. So nowadays human relations are very important. If the employees are in a better relation, then it will automatically reflect the image of the organization. If there are no strikes, if there are no lockouts, then it automatically gives a good sign about the organization. That means employees are doing their work peacefully without harming anything to the process of production. If something is harmed to the process of production, then there is a big loss for the organization. For that, what has to be done is training is to be arranged to increase or to enhance the better relation between the employees or among the employees. Then to match the employee specifications with job and organizations. So here employee will have some certain specification. He might have certain skills, he might have certain experiences, but whether it is matched with the job, so it has to be matched. So there is a gap here. This gap need to be fulfilled through the training process. And also his specification has to be mapped with the organization also, then only he can be more productive. Then to know about the new assignment. So whenever organization is promoted to a higher job, whether he is given a new assignment, then it is obvious that training has to be arranged to communicate regarding what is the role and responsibility, what is the technical skill that is required in the new assignment. Otherwise the new employee or employee may not know what he has to do exactly, and this will result in low productivity. So that's why whenever there is a new assignment, all those employees who are promoted need to be given a training. Then to know industry and trade specific skills. So certain industry requires certain specific skills. For example, there are different types of industries. There are manufacturing industry. In that manufacturing, there are cement industry, pharmaceutical industry, textile industry. There are so many industries. So each industry has its own skills. So for that, some training has to be arranged for the employees to get the skill. They can directly, if you are employed in a textile industry, you can directly send to a textile company, so that you can get that skill, get that trade specific skill. So that is very important to improve the productivity. Then to cope up with the technological change. So technology is changing every day. So today's technologies will be older tomorrow. So definitely organization require proper training to the existing employees, so that they can know the technical change. They can know the new technology that has been introduced in the organization, so that they can do their work more effectively. Then to ensure industry safety. So this is very important because there will be different types of employees in an organization. Some will know about safety, some may not know what is safety, and there are various safety measures which need to be followed in an organizations. So that time training has to be arranged so that all the safety measures, all the safety precautions which are need to be taken by all the employees need to be communicated. For that training is required. And the last one is to retain and nurture the talents. So how to retain and nurture the talents? One method is to training. So that if you give proper training, employees feel that we get proper knowledge in this organization. They develop a confidence in the organization. So that time they may not think of joining other organization. They may not think of leaving the organization because everything is properly communicated. When there is a confusion, when you do not know what to do, definitely it will break your head and you will leave the job and you will try to join some other organization. So through training we can avoid that. So that's all from this video. Thank you for watching this video.